What's up, YouTube fans? Today we're going to take a look at the Transformers Legacy breakdown. So this is the final bot in the series of Stunticons from Transformers Legacy. And it's also probably one of the most disappointing. We'll get into that, but it does come with the Legacy packaging and not the Legacy Evolution. So I guess it's the final, one of the final ones in the Legacy line. Let's take a quick look at this guy. He's got the nice painted red with the yellow eyes. And we'll put the cartoon image there so you can take a look for yourself. Painted silver on the chest with the blue here. Blue paint here on the shins. And then the blue stripe here, which we'll see more in the robot mode. Here's the back. Get that nice tampoed logo. Now, this is actually meant to be like this. That's the official transformation, but I find that to be pretty dumb because it definitely doesn't, make it look better. So you could just collapse it down, and I think it looks a lot better like that. For his articulation, the head can rotate around. No up and down, just rotate around. Rotation at the shoulder, up to there on the shoulder. Rotation at the bicep. You do have some Kibble bits here on both the upper arm and the lower arm. Secondo to elbow gets you 90 degrees. No rotation at the wrist, just due to the way it's designed. Rotation at the waist. Legs can go up to there, back to there, out to the side. Rotation at the thigh, more Kibble bit there. 90-degree bend at the knee gets you up to there. It is ratcheted or soft ratcheted. Ankle tilts out to there. Forward and back on that toe tilt. For his accessories, you get a gun. Now, you don't get two this time. You only get one. And the reason is they gave you this, which is really kind of silly. I don't like it at all. But you can do that. And then he can hold this. And supposedly that's an axe. I just think they should have given you the two guns. How much more could it have been to give you the two guns like they did? All the rest of them came with two, so it just seems odd they would choose to do this. But this doesn't really store anywhere, so if you're not using it as an axe, you can just sort of stick it right here. Is the only place I found. It will actually stay there. It just kind of looks like a something in his backpack. It'll actually sit there. So that's what I'll do with it if I was, displaying this, because it doesn't store anywhere. And for your size comparison, there it is next to the Earthrise Optimus Prime. Fits in nicely just like all the other deluxe scale, basically same size as the rest. And just for fun, there it is next to the Fans Toys version of Breakdown. And you can see the proportions on this guy are much wider. The Fans Toys went with this really skinny down, everything kind of hides away, where they've got a giant backpack. Now, I think it's somewhere in the middle. It's not really, shouldn't look like this, and it shouldn't like this either, but just for fun, I wanted to show you what it looked like. All right, now let's get him transformed into his vehicle mode. Go ahead and lift up the arms. You can straighten those out. Rotate the hands inwards. It is on a ratchet, so that kind of holds the hand from kind of folding in on you unnecessarily. Put those arms back down. Open up this chest here. You're going to fold the head inwards, and then that's going to fold right back in. Bring down this front section of the car, and it's going to tab in between these pieces here. So just get that all the way down, and it should kind of click into place. You can bring this down, and actually the door's made its way in too, but you can bring this down. That's going to tab in right here. So that's the front end. Come to the back. We're going to open up these panels here, and we're going to rotate at the waist 180 degrees. Allow us to take the legs and rotate that down. Same on this side. Open up this panel. Rotate the leg. And get this peg together. Come to the bottom here. We're going to fold this inwards. And that's going to that tab has to make its way under. So make sure you get that tab underneath right there. Same on this side. Get that tab under. And make sure everything's squeezed together. You're going to take your gun, Right here, there's a little square right there. That square is going to fit right here in the front of the car. It's not a truck. Then we're going to take our spoiler here. That's going to fit right here. There's 2 pegs. And there is Breakdown in his vehicle mode. It does have some nice red paint here with a Decepticon tampoed logo. Blue paint all across the bottom edge. I do wish the headlights or taillights were painted. Here's the back. They're molded, but they're not painted. So there were some of the other Stunticons that were actually painted. So it would have been nice. Now, the big kind of gotcha with this is literally the same as the Wild Rider mold. It's the exact same vehicle. They haven't really changed anything. All they changed is the color. Obviously the paint. They added this spoiler. But it's essentially the same design. So it's kind of disappointing that they didn't actually create a Lamborghini style mold. Now, of course, they're not going to make an officially licensed Lamborghini, but they could have at least made it look more like a Lamborghini. This looks like a Ferrari because that's what the original one was. So it just does not look like a Lamborghini at all. But there you go for the vehicle mode. It does roll. The wheels are painted in silver. Unfortunately, in this back wheel, you can see the peg there is really ugly. They should have painted that peg silver just to cover it up. This one looks good, but this one looks really bad. But yeah, it's lacking in some paint, but overall not too bad looking, at least from the front anyway. And for a size comparison, there it is next to the Earthrise Optimus Prime. Fits in just like all the other deluxe scale cars. So final recommendations on the Transformers Legacy Breakdown. I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5. I'm going to recommend it, despite the vehicle mode being somewhat of a letdown. It really doesn't look like a Lamborghini. It's got that add-on spoiler, which is kind of ridiculous. It really does work in robot mode. It's not only does it look like Breakdown, it's got some pretty nice articulation just due to the way they did these feet. You can get some cool poses like this. And it's got a good amount of paint on it. I was kind of surprised with the paint. So those were kind of redeeming qualities on this guy. So I still give him a pass, even though the vehicle mode was just kind of a letdown and a cop-out by Hasbro to make this a mold mate with Wild Rider. Now, I don't have the others. I actually never found Motormaster in store. I looked and just never found it. So I'm not going to be doing the combined mode. Now, if you have those figures and you're willing to send them to me for review, hit me up on my Facebook page. I am actually looking to do the full review of the combined mode, the Menasor, just because I think it's be interesting, and it's one of the first really, big, impressive combiners we've got from Hasbro in a while. But just because I couldn't find it, it's going to I didn't want to go out of my way to do the review. So if you are interested, hit me up and we'll take a look. But that's it for this review. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.